What's going on, guys? Camilo here. I hope you are well. So on last night's video, I touched base on the possibility of a rejection from the previous all-time highs. So even though Powell restated that inflation is transitory on this morning's hearing in Congress, that boosted the market just ever so slightly in the pre-market session. Now, when the bell rang at 9:30 in the cash session, okay, we hovered over towards the all-time highs, but then we were met with a brief sell-off. Okay, now the question is this a dip buy opportunity, and are we gonna head on higher? So from a technical standpoint, the charts on both the Qs and the SPY are looking healthy. They're looking a brief correction, and that's good. I mean, we can't always go on higher. We have to correct these moves, and once these corrections are set in, it sets us up for the possibility of an upside trade. Now, looking at the Qs here, before I dive in, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to smash that like button and hit that bell button so that you'll be notified when I upload these videos. Also consider subscribing. That'll help the channel grow. And so, and that also incentivizes me and motivates me to keep on pumping these videos. All right, back to the charts. Now, the Qs out of the post fourth wave triangle, okay, that ended on June the 2nd, we saw a wave 1 advance, a 3-wave pullback into wave 2 that was 38.2% retracement support at 338.22. Look at that. That's pretty obvious. I mean, that's pretty funny. Look at this, right? 38.2 at 30. I never noticed that. Anyway, sorry about that. You gotta crack yourself up once in a while. So once we found support at the 38.2% retracement, we rallied up impulsively in the wave 3. The wave 3 was just a little bit over the 1618. So the 1618 extension is from the wave 1 compared to the wave 2, and you get that fib level. So we met resistance there, and now we are looking for what appears to be a triangle formation in the wave 4. Now, I don't think this is it. I think that we may just hover around here, or maybe this is A, B, and C, and then we go down, just because, I mean, looking at the wave 2 correction here, right, we see that the wave 2 was perhaps a pretty aggressive and straightforward pullback, right, A, B, C. Now, the guideline of alternation states that if one is directional, the other correction has to be sideways. And we see the wave 2 obviously being directional. Now, the wave 4 must be sideways to meet the guideline of alternation. So if this is down in A, up in B, and down in C, we expect potential break below this trend line that established here on the July the 13th, and is slowly uptrending. But we also have overhead resistance, and so what's gonna end up happening probably if we go on higher, this is going to be a B C D E triangle. So this is A, B, C, D, and E, and then we go. However, if that's not the case, if we keep on rejecting the all-time highs at 365.38, then guess what, guys? We're just going to hover over here and then break down. So let's outline some levels for you guys for tomorrow. Now, based on, actually, let me update this. Let's see here. 365.48 is the high. 365.46. Okay, so 365.48. We have to be accurate. All right, so 365.48 is our previous all-time high on the Qs. All right, now, obviously, as just mentioned, that is our overhead resistance before we head on higher. The support levels that I am looking for, we're holding right now the 23.6 at 362.75. So that's support. But however, if we end up going lower, then we can look for a range between these levels here, right? So I'm a buyer of this market just as long as we remain, supportive of this range. However, if we end up going sideways and the 23.6% retracement holds support, that's pretty appropriate because it'll still meet the guideline of alternation as this is sideways. But just as long as we're, let me retrace that. If we remain sideways and at the end we end up breaking highs, then that confirms the wave 4 correction is over and we are off to the races. Okay, now off to the SPY. How that compares in the SPY, however, guys, we are looking for the same thing, a wave 4 pullback. Now, from the lows here on May the 19th, we went up in 5 waves to complete the wave 1, new highs here, 3-wave pullback into the wave 2, and now 5 waves up impulsively into the wave 3, which we made new highs at 437.91. That's major resistance currently, right? We tested it twice, once on the 13th of July and once today. Please excuse me. So the third wave, right, the wave 3 on the orange degree, just went just a little bit above the 100% extension, which is appropriate. Okay, I am labeling this here. I know I was contemplating that wave 3 was here. Actually, yeah, I was contemplating the wave 3 here, but look, guys, there is a gap there, right? There is still some space, and the wave 3 is just shy of the 100%. I don't think that's accurate. I think wave 3, it's anchored here, and now we're looking at a 3-wave pullback for the wave 4. Okay, now just like in the Qs, I mentioned the guideline of alternation. So this is a pretty directional wave 2 pullback. If we just keep on hovering over it, this is what I think is going to happen. I think that if we don't break highs by this week, all right, then what I think and anticipate happen is that we're just going to hover over and just trace sideways here to complete the exact same magnitude in time as it was elapsed in the wave 2. Okay, and that'll be the wave 4. So just look out for what happened. All right, so I'm just going to give you a quick tip here. So if we take this tool here, okay, and we see that there was 4 days of correction, we can anticipate that wave 4 should at the very least meet that 100%, okay, or maybe within that range. So, you know, we can probably see a wave 4 days out around here. Let's just call it here, right? 4 days, 4 hours, whatever this is, 3 days. Let me just fix this. All right, let's just leave it like that for time's sake. All right, so oftentimes the 2 corrections will be equal in time, and will be and obviously in alternating in direction. So this is pretty directional here, going straight down, and the wave 4 will be sideways, but it will be probably the same length in time. So that's a quick tip for you guys to take a look at and be aware of. Okay, so if that's the case, then we can anticipate that perhaps in a couple of days from now, wave 4 will be complete, and then we head on higher. So levels to watch to the upside. Overhead resistance, not until we break and anchor wave 4. I am looking at 437.91 to be major resistance. Our support levels will come in at the 23.6% at 432 and 428.92. So these 3 levels here are the levels that we might be trading in the range on. Okay, and obviously the support of this upper trend line that we've established back in October. If you don't know where that originated from, I do encourage you to go watch our previous videos, which I review in depth. All right, guys, so I guess that's it, right? And the pre-market, actually the futures market, it's slightly down, it's slightly flat. So that's actually establishing and confirming this wave interpretation. Now, if we end up breaking tomorrow this resistance, then I'm gonna have to agree that wave 3 was actually here, and there's something wrong with the scale on which we are, or the, I guess the magnet points, whatever it is, in which we are anchoring the wave, this 100% extension fib level. But I don't think that's the case. Let's just take it a day at a time. And if, however, we also have to just be cognizant of any of that possibility. But anyway, wave 3 anchor here, wave 4 pullback we're looking for, and then we go. All right, guys, so thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. I hope that these videos are of help to you, and if they are, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and if they're not, and if you think that I can improve on these, just just leave a comment down below, and I'd love to interact with you. As always, I do appreciate you, and you have a good night. Take care.